Hello everyone. I want to do this specific sewing pattern. I've had this for, I don't even know, a year or so, and it's this. This is Simplicity S9508. They're like crossbody bags. There's like A, B, and C. A is a little bit smaller. B and C are a little bit larger, but I'm not quite sure what the difference is between the B and the C yet. It takes two 7-inch zippers. I have 3 of them that I thrifted. So I think these are $1.75, which is pretty awesome. There's like a tan, green, and like a reddish brown. So I'm not sure which ones I want to use, but I need to use 2 of them. I also have 1/4-inch elastic and all these bits that I bought from Joann the other day, but I need fabric, and that is where these 2 things come into play. This says it's designed for woven fabrics. I do have a lot of cotton, which is great. This, by the way, was my mother's. I think she got it in like the 80s or maybe even early 90s. And she doesn't sew anymore or anything, so I have it now. But in the bottom is more fabric. I don't think I really want to do black because that's really boring. You know when you buy sheets and it comes in like a bag that's the same fabric as the sheets? Well, this is one of those I decided to keep because, well, one, it's already sewn together, but it's also scrap fabric that I could use. So always like to save these. And sheets. I don't use sheets. I use like fitted sheets, but I don't use those loose sheets. So I always save those for sewing purposes. Cotton. This is like mesh, can't use that. This is like fleece, so no, more fleece. We have lace. This one's kind of cool. It's a stretch fabric and it's got ribbing on it. I actually made like a romper out of these. It's like a kind of like a unitard, but shorts, not like a loose romper, like a tight workout romper, except I don't work out. It turned out nice, but I kind of had issues with the neckline and shoulder straps. Shoulder straps were way too long. Maybe I have shorter shoulders or something, but no matter how much I tightened them, it still kind of drifted off my shoulder. So I don't know what I did there. We have pleather, which I don't think would be a suitable fabric. More fleece, camo, no, sunflowers and leaves. This as the pocket. I hope it turns out well.
No. We're not gonna do that. I have changed my mind. I decided I wanted to do something patchwork, almost like quilty looking. I have all of this cotton, like a lot of it. You'll see me go through this in a future video. I decided that I'm just gonna sew a bunch of squares together to make a fabric, and then I will cut the pattern out on the patchwork fabric that I just created, and we'll go from there. Wow, look at that. All of these squares done already. No, I actually live streamed cutting out all of these squares. I will link that video in the description and also pop it up here if you want to watch it. Now, my next task is to put these all in a randomized pattern and then sew them all together. I know that I'm gonna have to take 2 pieces. By the way, these are 3x3 squares. I wanted them to be small enough that on the bag you could get enough of the patchworkness, you know, you can see it instead of making like really big squares. So I'm gonna sew them together like that. And they're gonna kind of open up like that. I don't know, I'll just show you. Okay, so this is what I did so far. This is essentially what they're gonna look like, and then I'm gonna do another strip of fabric and sew that to this strip of fabric, and then there'll be little squares. I'm not gonna bore you through this entire sewing process, but I will do a time lapse. So let's roll the clips.
All right, so I just got done ironing all of this fabric. The seams I ironed like opposite of each other. This one's going up, this one's going down. So when you're sewing these together, there's not like a bump on each seam. This should be able to even it out nicely so everything looks nice and flat. This is the front piece right here. It looks like after ironing everything, this will definitely fit, which is good because for a moment, these were the same length as this front piece. And I was like, oh no, that's really good. And it looks like we have some extra, which I will figure out what to do with. Okay, very, very good. I think I might pause it here and continue this tomorrow. All right, I sewed everything together. This is for the front. I'm also going to show you the back because it looks really cool. The seams right here are all opposite, and then I tried to iron all of these seams right here, these vertical ones going to the left, and then I went back and pressed the top so everything's nice and flat. I think I might have to do interfacing on this. That'll help stiffen everything up and also like seal the seams. And now I'm going to cut out the pattern. It's only going to be for the front of the bag, so I'm only going to cut one piece out. For the lining on the inside, I think I found a fabric for it. These are sheets. You can see by this right here, it's like a queen size sheet. So that's a pretty giant piece of fabric. I'm not sure what this is made out of, but I think it's a really nice neutral color for the lining. And I think I'm gonna use this for the pocket on the outside of the bag, which is right there. And then for the strap and the backside of the bag, I'm gonna use this black canvas. See if I can get up really close so you can see the texture. It's a pretty thick fabric, but I think it's gonna be really great for the back and also the bottom of the bag, and then the strap. It's gonna be perfect because it's gonna be really tough, you know? I have so much of this fabric. I would love to make a pair of pants or shorts out of this, and I'll definitely have enough even after using it for this bag. So yeah, let's get started cutting out this pattern. So I've cut everything out and I fused interfacing on all of the pieces. This is what the quilted one looks like. So cool, it's very flat. That's the back interfaced. It's nice and stiff. It gives it like a little bit of structure. That's what the interfacing does. Here are the tan sheets. Not bad. And then the textured canvas right there for the straps and the back. I also cut out some pockets. It's kind of confusing. Well, okay, this is the side pocket. You're like, is that like really flimsy? I don't know. I think I needed to cut out 4. I cut out 3 because I didn't know if one will be like showing inside the bag. And if so, I want to do it with the patchwork fabric. Tomorrow we will be sewing things together, figuring out what we need to do with the pockets. And I hope everything comes together well. Wish me luck. Okay, hello everyone. I did some work on the bag yesterday off camera. So first of all, for the back part, I had to do some reinforcing. So I did it right there. Yes, I used white thread. I like it that way. This is for a zipper, and I reinforced these pieces here, and same with the front. I did a lot of things to the front, and you can't really tell, but I did do the zipper outlines. I reinforced this part up here, and I added a pocket. So originally I was gonna do a pocket, the side pocket in this color,
together, but I think this fabric is just too flimsy and I was afraid it was gonna get dirty too easily as well. So I used some new fabric that I got and I used the side pocket that I had cut out as lining. So there is what that looks like on the inside. So good. And it has elastic in it as well to make that scrunched up part. So that is sewn on there. And I also sewed this on there right here. So this thing, I sewed the outline for a zipper on the patchwork fabric, and then you put this on there, same outline. And what we're gonna do next is we're going to cut through all the fabric right here and then put all of this pocket into the hole and coming out this back side. That's gonna be a pocket on the front side of the bag that you can get into that's zippered. So that is our next task. This is gonna be interesting. I'm hoping to get a good amount of work on this bag done today, so let's get to it. So this video did not have any sound, unfortunately, but I'm pretty much saying that I sewed the zipper and I'm really proud of myself because it looks pretty good. I didn't mess up at all. I love the color of the zipper. I think it matches perfectly. There's the pocket on the back. You can open this zipper and there you go, a pocket. Looks so good. I love it. And now this is the back panel. I'm gonna do the same thing to the back panel that I did to the front. I'm going to cut straight through. I'm gonna put a zipper in it and then sew the pocket on, and that'll be it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that off camera and I will come back to you when I have an update. Hello, once again. I had to take a break yesterday because I needed webbing for the strap of the bag. So I went to Joann's today and I got that. I didn't really know how much I needed, but I got 2 yards. Joann's is on full liquidation sale. Sadly, I just heard the news that all of the stores are closing, every single one, instead of just 800 or something like that. So that sucks. I finished the pocket on the back. Once again, I wanted to use white. Well, I really just didn't want to use black on black, and I didn't really want to change my thread out every time, and I thought, you know what, white would be kind of cool. It does show a lot of mistakes, so this is what it looks like. It actually looks better than what it looked like before I fixed it. It's the back, so it's okay. It doesn't matter that much. The next step, I'm going to be using these D-rings, and I believe they're going to have the straps going through them. So I'm going to construct that, and that is the last step for the first page, which is so exciting. This is the strap. I have to turn it inside out now, which is always so tricky. There we go. I carefully poked my scissors into the top here to pop out the rounded edges. I added on my slide buckle, that's what this is called, and my lobster clasp, which I didn't think through the area where you slide the strap through. It should probably be 1 inch wide so I can fit it through. Instead, it's a little bunched. We're gonna go with it because I'm not gonna go buy another one. So here we go. For the next piece of hardware, we have this. It's a metal buckle. I was just instructed to cut 2 5-inch pieces of the webbing, and I'm gonna sew the buckles right on there. Well, I sewed the buckle on, but I did it on the wrong side, so hold on. Okay, I fixed it. Here it is. Buckle is on. I'm losing daylight. I hope you can see this. Okay, it is time, and also I'm so sorry how dark it is right now. Apparently there's a blizzard coming in and it's gonna rain or something, so it's dark outside and the sun is near setting. I am gonna sew the front and the back together. Yes, I'm scared. To me, it just is, it doesn't make any sense right now. I'm like looking at it like, what is this? What is this? But I know if I just keep following the instructions, it'll come together and it will look like a bag. I haven't even touched the lining yet. All right, let's do it. Okay, I did it. I know you cannot see me, but I sewed both sides together. I will see you tomorrow and we can assess what's going on. Good morning, everyone. It is so much brighter now. I cannot wait for the sun to start setting just a little bit later. So this is what's currently going on. The bag is inside out. I have not seen what it looks like if I turn it right side out. So let's see. I'm scared. Also, sewing is totally like a trust the process craft. Like a lot of times I'm reading the pattern going, wait, what? I'm gonna be closing this thing completely in and then slashing a seam open. It's just like, I don't know. Also, I recently got these little thread snippers. I thrifted them and I love them so much. I'm like, how did I live without these while sewing? They're perfect. That snaps there. Oh, I see. I think I'm gonna be slashing open this. My seams are not even right there, but I think it'll be okay. I don't know. I might have to map out the seam again. That's what that looks like. Not bad. I feel like it could be tighter. And then down here, maybe these clasps go like that. Something like that. Not bad. I think everything looks good, except for that one seam line. Hi, look. Also, I did a little flower embroidery, machine embroidery. This machine can do so many things, and I don't know, I just wanted to do something funky because the back was like so boring. I kind of made it like a line going from the zipper. When it gets up here, it just stops because there's a seam right there. I don't know, we're going with it. Also, we're currently on page 4 of 4, the last page. So now I'm gonna be sewing the bottom, but I'm wondering if I should slash this zipper seam right now while the right side is out, since I won't be working on this side when I'm sewing up the bottom. And then we gotta work on the lining. This is what I've done so far for the lining. I decided to add a pocket. So I have a pocket on the back in the front of the lining. I did the zippers over here and the reinforcement up here. Now I'm gonna sew them together. This is the lining. It's all sewn together and it's open for the zipper. My next step is to sew the zipper onto the main part of the bag. So I already have it pinned. I'm a little nervous, but here it goes. Hello everyone, the bag is finished. I'm so excited to talk to you about it. Oh my gosh. So here it is. I did take this out one time so far, and there was one person that said, oh my gosh, your bag is so cute. And I was like, thank you. I made it. I made it myself. I love that. Not that I like make things to get complimented on, but it's really exciting when someone does compliment your work, especially when it looks like this, something a little different, you know? Let me show you what's going on. There are 5 pockets in this bag. The original pattern only called for 3 pockets. The one on the back, one on the side, and the zipper right here. I added in 2 pockets inside because why would you not want more pockets, especially inside pockets? So I put them in this fabric. They're not fancy at all, just a simple pocket. I put chapstick in there the other day, so it was easy to find and everything fit in here. The camera that I'm using right now, my wallet, a little reusable bag fit in there. It was perfect. So I love that. Zippers worked out well. You know those people that everything they do, it's like perfect and you're like, wow, you're just like really good at everything. You're good at things academically. You're good at things like creatively. Well, I'm not one of those people ever. There's always something going wrong with what I'm doing and what I'm touching. And that's okay. That's fine. I've learned to live with it. It's not a big deal to me. I mean, there are some things that matter that I want to be good, and there's some things I don't care about, right? This I cared about and I tried my best, and that's all I can do. So yeah, there are a few things that I want to redo. I did shorten the buckle. I think I was talking about not shortening it, but I had to. It was like so big. So yeah, I shortened the buckle. I also think I'm gonna redo the buckle stitching. So, you know, I used white thread, but you can clearly see that I went over it like 3 times and not over the same stitch. So I could just redo that in black, but it is redoable still, even in this state. So not really a big deal. Oh yes, I have notes here. When I was sewing the main zipper, I didn't use the zipper foot for like 3/4 of it because I forgot, and I didn't notice it until like the last bit. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the zipper could have looked better, I think. I did have some issues though, mostly at the end, right there. It just did not work out well. But you know what? No one's gonna notice that, I don't think. Other than that, I don't think I really have any issues, you know? I tried my best to really match everything up and they still didn't match up. So I don't know. I don't know. All in all, I really loved this pattern. I think it was great. I want to make more. There are so many ways you could make this bag. You could use so many different types of fabrics. There's just so much, and I don't know. I love it. It's so cool. I love the secret pocket back here. This is great. I'll show you a couple ways that I can wear it. Obviously, you could wear it the typical way like that, or it's like more of a crossbody bag. So if I want to wear it on my back, I could do this, easy, nice. I could also wear it across my front. I like it this way because one, I can easily access this side pocket. I can also access the main pocket. I could access this pocket, and I can kind of still access the secret pocket in the back. The good thing is like there's 2 zippers on top here and they meet in the middle. So when I'm opening it, I can open only one side if I want and nothing will spill out the bottom. Or if I really want to dig deep, I can open both of them. So cool. I think it's so fun. I really like the fabric that I chose. And yeah, all in all, I'm really happy with this project. This is like the first major bag I've made, at least from like a pattern. I used to make my own purses all the time in high school, just no pattern, just my brain. And yeah, I loved doing that. This is like the first actual like bag that's constructed well and properly. And I love it. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what fabrics you would use. Do you like the patchwork? Does it look okay to you? Like to me, I love it. But of course, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I get that. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.